holy shit, this is crazy. Here I am minding my own business, about to edit something else, and then this shit comes out of nowhere. Sony shuts down video game studios BluePoint. The PlayStation subsidiary previously made remakes of games like Demon Souls. Thanks by Jason Schreier. Thank you, Jason Schreier. If it wasn't for you, you're like probably the most, still the goatest, still the best like video game insider that we have. I mean, I love the other people. I think they're great, but Jason Schreier just has a good reputation on getting these stories out there and talking to developers and other things like this, and reporting on things like this. Anyway, closes. I hope it doesn't lock me out. But anyway, Group Corp is shutting down BluePoint Games, the PlayStation subsidiary responsible for developing remakes of video games such as Demon Souls. Roughly 70 employees will lose their jobs amid the studio's closure. A PlayStation spokesperson said, writing in a statement that a decision was made following a recent business review, BluePoint will officially shutter next month. What are we doing? So I'm guessing there's no more news. But okay, anyway. BluePoint Games is an incredibly talented team, and their technical expertise has delivered exceptional experiences for the PlayStation community, the spokesperson said. We thank them for their passion, creativity, and craftsmanship. Founded in 2006, the Austin-based studio was known for developing high-end remakes of older games such as Uncharted, Shadow Colossus, and Demon Souls for modern platforms. Sony acquired BluePoint in 2021, shortly after the successful release of Demon Souls on PS5, and tasked with co-developing 2022's God of War Ragnarok. Following that game, BluePoint has been working on live service God of War game. Bloomberg previously reported, but it was cancelled in January 2025. PlayStation said at the time that it was working with BluePoint to determine the studio's next project. What are we doing? This shit is crazy. Andrew House and Jim Ryan have done irreparable damage to the Sony brand like no one else. It is genuinely crazy to me. It is crazy to me that they got rid of Oh, you're right. You okay? It's crazy to me that they get rid of these two Sean, I forget his name, but the previous guy who used to work at PlayStation, the guy who revealed the PS4, he was so good at like making. Okay, hey, what's up, Iris? Sorry. He was so good at like making decisions for the PlayStation brand, and when these two uh idiots got rid of him, when PlayStation was like, get rid of his ass because we want to be more we want to have more money, they were like, all right, get out, and now he works for Tencent. It's like, I hope he does really well. Let's just quickly find out his name, because otherwise I'm gonna keep thinking about this. Sorry, RSPS for Sean. Sean Layden, that's who he is. This goat of a man is so good at getting deals and stuff across. He's the guy who made the PS4 as successful as it is. If it wasn't for him, I don't think it would I don't think it would be as good. Uh like sure, they shut down Sony Japan or Japan Studios or whatever it was called. You know, they made they made, what games did they make? I have it right there. I can't see the name of it. Gravity Rush. That's it. They made Gravity Rush 1 and 2. And they made a bunch of other games. Well, the games didn't sell well, and that sucks. Okay, sure. But Bluepoint is like their number one remake studio, and Sony has like 50,000 IPs that could have been remade. Sure, did they Sony like sure they, like Bluepoint are the guys who are like, let's make a God of War live service. But why do you think they made a live? Why do you think they even pitched a live service game? Because that's where that's where Jim Ryan and this other guy, and Andrew House wanting to take the company's direction. Alright, so I'm gonna move you down. And yeah, that's where they wanting to take the direction. And now they're getting punished for it. The only reason why they even publish and Sony could have been like, no, you don't work on that. Work on a live service game. I mean, just work on a proper like remake of a game, or just work on your own game, since that's what Bluepoint was originally doing, right? They said ahead of time before the demons, before like Bloodborne, they were gonna do their own thing. and now they're working, and now they're being shut down. So what's gonna happen to that game? This is genuinely insane. The Sony management is so utterly shit. These guys were goaded. They made a great Shadow of the Colossus remake. They made a great, probably the best PS5 showcase of graphics with Demon Souls, and they're getting punished for this. What are we doing? What are we doing? Who is the idiot that was like, let's get rid of them? Is because they're not making that much money? Like the reason, the how? Like I don't understand what whose decision this was. Concord got ruined. I genuinely think Concord is what ruined a lot of these companies now. Like Sony's looking into it, but like Concord is what essentially is what really stained Sony's direction for live service. And I'm glad for that. And I'm sad that the people who worked on Concord had to get shut down. That sucks. But the reason why I mention it is not to shit on the game or the people working on it, is to get the point across that Sony doesn't understand the direction they want to go in. Sure, they're making the most money they are now, but is that because Microsoft is also just fumbling the bag and they just are like, well, the Xbox brand exists, but the Xbox console is dead, so let's just put everything on there. So then now we get arrogant Sony who thinks they can do whatever they want. Sony has so many incredible games that should have been remade. Why didn't they remake Bloodborne? Is it because of, I don't know, legal disputes or a IP dispute or something else? Because there's a reason why Bloodborne hasn't been remade yet, and everyone kept thinking, oh, Bloodborne will be remade by BluePoint. Okay, so what? Okay, they can't do Bloodborne. That sucks. Let them make their own game then. Oh, okay, they can't make their own game? Sure. Have them work on another remake. You know what they could have worked on a remake? The God of War remake that you just announced! What are you doing? Okay, sure, you don't do God of War? Have them do the Sly Cooper games. Have them do Ratchet and Clank. Have them do Jack and Dexter. Have them do anything else. What are we doing? Had to do Infamous. There's so many games that could have been remade or remaked, and you just like, you're fumbling the bag. What do you do, Sony? What are you doing? Anyway, that's it. I don't know. This news just came out of nowhere. I was just minding my own business. I'm just like, oh my, this blew my mind. This is insane. Insane to me that they will remove these GOAT devs who've been around for so long to make GOAT games, and they're like, just get rid of them. Their track record trash. They worked like, even before they were working with Sony or got acquired by Sony, they were like doing third-party remakes, like or ports, I believe. Like they're the guys who originally brought MGS3, those games, 3, Peace Walker, I think, and 2. For the HD remake, I believe they did, not the remake, the HD remaster. I believe they're the ones who brought that on the 360 and PS3. But these guys have been around for so long, they've had a great track record, and they're being punished for it because Sony, this irresponsible company, didn't understand where to take these guys. I don't know why they didn't just go like, oh, yo, just work on your own game at this point. I genuinely am blown away with how stupid this is. All right, that's it then. That's it for me. Take care and see ya.